It is Wednesday, and I know it's going to be a good day, and the reason is because my favorite workout class is on my calendar at 10 a.m. with my favorite coach at Orange Theory, and I am going to kind of go over why I know this is going to be a really fantastic day. So I get there. Some mornings I'm actually really not excited to go to the gym, but I get there anyways, and the music starts going and the beat starts pumping and everybody's just all excited to be in class. And after class, I walk out of there a sweaty mess. Well, let me tell you, I don't think I've ever walked out of there not sweaty at all. And after class, this is what happens. My mood is completely changed, especially if I wasn't really feeling it first thing that morning. My productivity goes through the roof, and I know after a class, when I get home and quick shower, I will have a very productive work day because I got the blood flowing and moving at the gym. And it's not just Orange Theory, where I go for the gym, that makes me feel this way. A brisk walk out, just one lap around my neighborhood, is going to accomplish the same thing. And Cody must know that I'm going to be talking about him here because you might be able to hear him barking in the background, but I often like to take our dog Cody with us, and I will soon take our dog Daisy with us. She's not quite ready for the neighborhood walks and runs. And, you know, I love taking him along, but, you know, every now and then he'll, you know, forget what it means to be obedient and stay by my side when he sees a squirrel, which I call his squirrel friends because he loves them and he chases them all over the place. But whichever it is, a brisk walk, a workout in your house, going to the gym, whichever it is, I want you to be thinking about how you can move your body with intention. So this is a two-part episode series on intentional body, and this first episode is going to be about the movement side, the fitness side, and in the next part we're going to talk about rest and relaxation, and of course how to balance both of these things. You know, I'm a big fan of the word balance and the concept of balance in your life, and so that's why we're going to be talking about movement, and then we will be talking about rest and relaxation and recovery in some cases. So that's going to be the part one and part two of this intentional body little mini series. Let's talk about why fitness, in this case movement, is important. Movement is very important. As I mentioned at the top, it increases your productivity. It is going to help increase your immune system. It is going to work magic on your metabolism. It's going to improve your brain function. It's going to help you process the chemicals that may be affecting some depression or anxiety. It's going to help you on so many levels. Even just a 10-minute brisk walk is going to accomplish this. You don't have to do an hour-long hardcore workout out with all your friends at your fitness group or whatever. That just a few minutes a day is what's really important. I think most physicians are going to recommend 30 minutes of exercise several times a week. Whatever your doctor is telling you to do, that's what you need to do. I just wanted to share a couple of the reasons that movement is so important. So no, I'm not going to ask you to go for a crazy long run, and I'm not going to ask you to join me at Orange Theory, although I would love it if you would. I want to share some different sort of personas, if you will, and help you see that regardless of your current situation in life, you can still move your body. Okay? So persona number one is Emily. Emily is the person who struggles with fitness, struggles with movement for a variety of reasons. So there could be a disability of some sorts. There could be an injury from when you were a kiddo. You know, maybe you hurt your knee when you were playing soccer on your middle school soccer team and you still have knee issues. Maybe you have arthritis. Maybe you battle chronic illness or inflammation of some kind. Whatever it is, if you're like Emily, you can still move. Now, obviously, if you have some sort of orthopedic restrictions, definitely be talking to your doctor, your physical therapist, or occupational therapist, whoever you have working with you on your team. but you can still move. Just a short, brisk walk. If walking is too much, maybe a swim. If swimming is too much, maybe a closed circuit sort of bike ride type of thing that's not going to be as tough on your knees, right? Whatever it is you can find to do, just move for 10 minutes or 20 or 30 and build on that, right? You can start with 5 minutes, you can start with 10 minutes, you can start with 20 minutes, right? Whichever is the best for you, and then make it a little bit longer and a little bit longer. Okay, so that's Emily, who is really restricted by some sort of physical ailment, if you will. Next we have Annie, and Annie is limited by time and budget. Okay, Annie is very busy, she's working, maybe she has kids, she's got a lot of demands in her life, and she just doesn't see how fitting in a quick little workout, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever it is, can't see how to fit that in. Annie also has budget restrictions. Annie can't afford to go to the gym. I have my personal gym membership, and I've had that for many years, and for me, that's part of my self-care, mental health expense, if you will. And it's important to me, and it's a priority. So I have made room in our budget for that. But if you don't have the capacity to do that, there are a lot of free options and resources. So if you are Annie and you are restricted on time and budget, the time piece needs to be bumped up in the priority list, right? You can create time for a workout. I have done several workouts when I wasn't going to the gym back in the early days of the Rona shutdowns. I would do a workout on a free trial on the Peloton digital app for 20 minutes in my bedroom at 9:30 at night after the kids were asleep, right? So you can create time. Like, I don't typically think about working out at 9:30 at night, but that was the time that I had to myself and had the space to do that, right? So you can sort of combat the time issue when you make it the priority. The budget constraints, there are so many free resources out there, and I'm going to share a few of them here in a little while. And you might need to look at your budget and say, is it worth me spending $13 a month for Peloton Digital and skipping one dinner out with friends once a month? Like, you need to look at how you can shift things around, because if in moving your body and being intentional with your fitness is a priority, then let's take a look at how we can do that. Again, I'm going to share some free resources with you as well, but it might be for accountability and for consistency. It might be important for you to invest a tiny bit of your budget and your dollars to help you on your fitness journey. So we've talked about Emily and we've talked about Annie. So the third persona that I want to share with you is Catherine. And Catherine is already athletic. Catherine is already working out some. Catherine's run a few 5Ks in the last couple of years. Catherine maybe even did like a Tough Mudder or Spartan race or something kind of crazy. And Catherine's already working out and probably already a little bit in tune with what's going on in the fitness realm. And I want to share for Catherine that let's see how you can challenge yourself even further. How can you get even further outside of your comfort zone? Because I feel like when you're kind of already, fitness is already kind of part of your jam or your routine, it's real easy to just, I'm just showing up, I'm just kind of doing a little bit, working here, working there. What would happen if you just increased your pace a tiny bit? What would happen if you went on a 10-minute longer ride a couple times a week? What would happen to your fitness level to, because I do think our bodies adjust. I think our bodies adjust to where we're at, and we need to push a little bit further outside of that comfort zone to then continue to see the results that we're looking for. Of course, there's times and seasons where you're just gonna kind of ride through it. Keep on going to the gym, keep on showing up and working out and rocking and running with your friends, right? But if you're at a place where you're ready to just challenge yourself a little bit more and be a little bit more intentional, go after a goal. Maybe you want to run a half marathon, or maybe it's a 10K. Maybe something really important came up and your friends asked you to do like a virtual 5K that I've seen happening lately. Whatever it is, just challenge yourself. So if you're Catherine, just a little bit further outside of your current working out comfort zone. So 3 different sort of types of people as it relates to fitness. We have Annie and Emily and Catherine, I want you to figure out, and you might identify with a little bit of each of them, but think about this as I share some different resources and programs that you could try to help you achieve your fitness goals. So in this list that I'm going to share, I have tried all but one of them, and I want to suggest these as places for you to read about, learn about, watch maybe a couple of the videos, get in on a free trial, whichever one you decide to start with. I'm going to kind of explain how each of them works and help you to understand how they could help you in your fitness journey. The first is one of my favorite YouTube workout channels. It's Melissa Bender from Bender Fitness, and she has been putting videos on YouTube for I think a decade now. And she's had 2 babies, so she has a lot of postpartum and pregnancy workouts as well as just working out for every day. She has really targeted, if you want to work on core, if you want to do full body, or you want to do HIIT style, which is high intensity interval training. She has a lot of really great videos that are available for free. She does have a number of other options on her website, but if you just want to get started working on your core, go hang out with Melissa and do a couple videos. Of course, this is going to be you taking the initiative and doing this on your own, right? There's not a program, you're not paying her, but she is a fantastic resource for just doing workouts at home, moving your body a little bit. She does have some cardio ones, where you're doing a lot of sort of jogging and high knees and things like that, in place, but it'll get your heart going. And even just a quick 10-15 minute workout with Melissa, you will start to see some of those benefits that we talked about earlier. One level up from that, I would say, is going to be Peloton Digital. And most people know Peloton for their bikes and now their treadmills, and you don't need to spend that much money. They have a digital app that you can download from the App Store or the Play Store that I believe is $13 a month. There's a free trial, of course. So the advantage to Peloton Digital is it just helps hold you a little bit more accountable because it's tracking your workouts. It gives you these little challenges and goals inside of the app, and it's very affordable. Again, this is on your own. You're gonna have to take the initiative to go out on a walk and listen to them, and they'll coach you through your walk or your run in your ear. Do a stretch afterwards. Do one of the core collections that they have. Emma Lovewell has an amazing core collection in there. So you, again, have to take the initiative. You're invested a little bit. Again, trading a dinner, out to dinner with a friend or with family, trade that for this once a month and see if this will help keep you on track. And you get to choose. They have all kinds of different classes, strength classes, core classes. They just added bar. If you do have a bike, you can do a bike ride with Peloton Digital. You don't have to have a Peloton bike to use this program. You don't have to have a Peloton treadmill to go running. You can use their running programs and just listen to them in your ear and run out on the street or at the park or in your neighborhood or wherever. So that is a really affordable option for you're sort of on your own, but you do have somebody there sort of cheering you on in your ear and guiding you through the workout. Another app option, if you like to walk, run, or bike outdoors, would be the Map My Run app. It also has a tracking function. There is a free and paid version of this app as well. Obviously the paid version gives you a little bit more access to different features. And again, taking the initiative, but it keeps a track of things. There's a social component, so if you have friends in there, you can kind of comment on each other's workouts and runs. So there's really fantastic accountability in that sense that is baked into the Map My Run app. And then you can just kind of see, look at all the little runs I've done over the years. It's really just kind of cool to see. You kind of get yourself going, and then you can look back on it and say, okay, I've done a lot of running. I've logged a lot of miles walking, running, or biking with the Map My Run app. There's another program I'm not super familiar with. It's from, a walking to running sort of program, is Couch to 5K. That is a fantastic guided program that, and I'm not even sure the cost of it, but it's a fantastic option if you really are starting from scratch or starting from a sort of a zero baseline in your fitness to getting yourself, even just walking a 15-16 minute pace of a mile, or if you want to run a 12-13 minute pace. I'm not asking you to be an elite runner, right? But it's a great program. I have several friends who've gone through it, and that would be a fantastic option for you to have yourself accountable, have a group of people doing this alongside of you. And if you're listening to this and we're still in the pandemic era, then doing this virtually or just having that sort of virtual accountability is going to be really fantastic for you as you kind of jumpstart your journey. The last option, resource that I want to share is more along the sort of gym membership lines, and I personally go to Orange Theory. They're all over the globe, and it's a great workout for beginners to elite athletes. You'll have somebody who is maybe overweight and trying to, lose some weight, walking right next to an elite triathlete who's running a 6-minute mile. And fun fact, no one cares. I think there's this thought that only athletes go to Orange Theory. Well, let me tell you, that is not the case at all. So there's a wide range. It is designed to help people at all fitness levels. When I very first started there, I thought I was in pretty good shape. I had run several half marathons in the recent past, and I thought I was in good shape until I went there, and the cross training, the interval training that they do, it's as intense as you want it to be. Okay, so I can push myself or I cannot push myself. Again, it depends on the days. I can get myself into a place of complacency, like I mentioned earlier with our Catherine persona, and then I can also push myself. It kind of just depends on the day, how my priorities and goals are set up with everything else that's going on in life. But I think that having some sort of a gym membership and an in-person class, if you will, whether you're going to a spin studio or Orange Theory or like a big box gym, whatever it is, having that sort of person next to you is very powerful in terms of how it's going to help you mentally, how it's going to help you get through the workout, how it's going to help you just do better than you would have if you were by yourself. I will tell you over and over again that having a person next to you, it's amazing having someone in your ear coaching you along, but having somebody next to you will 100% level up your workout. I've shared some different ideas and resources and programs that you could try, but I want to close that with this. Always, always, always consult with your physician, especially if you have some sort of chronic illness or ailment or injury. Consult with them before starting a new exercise regimen. All right, now that we have that out of the way, let's move on to pie. If you're not familiar with pie, go back to, let's see, we have an episode about pie in season 1, a second episode about pie in season 2. The idea of pie is to plan, implement, evaluate. It's my acronym for intentional living, and I want you to plan your movement goals. What are your movement goals? We need to write this down. We do have worksheets with season 3, so if you want to download those, you can kind of unpack all that we're talking about here. In those worksheets, I want you to write down what you want to do differently when it comes to fitness and movement. I want you to keep it simple. I don't want you to go crazy and be like, I'm going to run a half marathon next week. No, do not do that. Please do not do that. It needs to be reasonable based on your current schedule, based on your current fitness level, and of course, consult with a physical therapist, physician if you need to. Again, I know, disclaimer, but I want you to think about what you could do differently. So here would be an example of mine for Orange Theory. My goal for Orange Theory, this is actually a real life goal, is to go 0.1 miles per hour faster 1 week after the next. Now, that obviously means I would eventually be sprinting, and that's not the end goal here. But when I am ready to push myself, I just bump it up 0.1 the whole week, and then the next one 0.1 the whole week. So at Orange Theory, there's different pace levels, and so I just bump the different pace levels up a little tiny bit until I'm comfortable at that point, and then we bump it up again. It might not be a treadmill goal, it might be a rower goal. I need to row 10 watts faster. That's the measurement that they use for their rowing intensity. So I'm going to go 10 watts faster this week. Sometime they have challenges where I'll know a challenge is coming. So I want to be able to run an 8:30 mile. Okay, so I need to build up to that so that when the challenge hits, I'm at the place where I can comfortably run an 8:30 mile. Okay, so those are just some ideas of what those goals might be. Do them within the context. Maybe it's complete 3 Melissa Bender workouts this week. Just 3. I know you can find time to do 3 20-minute workouts. That's an hour in the whole week. You can find 3 times for 20 minutes to do Melissa Bender workouts. Maybe that's your movement goal for this week. So think about what you want to do and how you want to push yourself just a little bit further outside of your current movement comfort zone. All right, implement, plan, implement, evaluate. I want you to just do it. There is a reason that is Nike's slogan, just do it, okay? But beyond that, I want you to commit to 21 days of movement. Just 21 days. I'm not asking you to move every single day. You need to listen to the next episode and balance all of this with rest, of course. So maybe it's 3 times a week. That would be 3 weeks for 21 days. So you need to do 9 Melissa Bender workouts. That's your implementation for your 3 Melissa Bender workout goal, okay? And I need you to write it down. Write it down on the worksheets, write it down in your journal, write it down, email it to somebody, text it to your sister, like whatever. I need you to put this onto paper, put it out into the world, okay? And I want you to be very careful with tracking this as well. This is the evaluate piece. So we plan, we implement, we need to see what type of progress and what type of feelings that we are having as we go through this 21 days. Okay, we need to track that we're doing this correctly, write it into a bullet journal, write it onto, email it to yourself, put it on your digital calendar, put it on your paper planner, wherever this is gonna go. I need you to be evaluating and tracking this. That's going to be very important for you to clearly see that moving is helping me. And I want you to also dig in a little further on how is it helping you? How are you feeling? Did you get more done? Is something different in your mood? After 21 days, tweak and repeat. Go into these sort of 21-day cycles. Extend it to 30 days if you need to, or monthly or whatever. But look at how your fitness goals and your movement goals are helping you in other areas of your life. All right, finally, think, feel, take action. I want you to think that you can do this. I know I just said this, Nike, just do it, got it. But you can do this, and I need you to be telling yourself, I can do this. So just tell yourself that and then just do it. Think, think, think. And how I want you to be feeling, how does just do it. Like, how does that make you feel? Like, it makes me feel like empowered. Like, I can do this, I'm going to do this, I just did it. Like, that's a feeling of empowerment, and that's how I want you to feel. I do think that fitness also, again, more productive. We talked about all those things already, but I want you to feel empowered, like I did this challenging thing. And then taking action is committing to that 21 days of movement, of course, mixed in with the rest that we talked about. And I want you to see and notice the changes in your mind, in your body, and also in your soul. All right, that's a wrap on this episode of Intentional Body and Movement. The next episode, we will focus on rest and relaxation, and of course, how these two concepts balance each other out in your life. Now, I would love for you to subscribe to the Erin Chase Show. This is our 3rd season. We have other great episodes that you can find in your podcast player or on YouTube or Facebook Watch. Please rate, please review, respond to emails, let us know how the episodes are helping you and challenging you. And if you haven't yet, you can download the accompanying worksheets for all the episodes in season 3 at erinchase.io/podcast. And that's it for this episode, my friend. It's bye for now, and we'll talk again soon.